Hey all, and welcome back to HFC's coverage of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC. We have reached Wave 5, the penultimate wave of the entire pass, and doesn't really seem like any time has passed for us at all since Wave 4, but hey, enough of the past, we look only to the future by looking at the past. Look, it's the start of the point. You can't expect gold from me, alright? Today we're going to be covering the Feather Cup and the Cherry Cup. I've heard there's some good stuff in here, at least from Flame anyway. I haven't gone looking for walkthroughs or anything. So let's begin with Athens. Oh boy, racing in the real world here, Flame.
Yep, as with the norm with these DLC packs, we do have a handful of new tracks based on real world locations. The Athens one that's up first is probably the most distinct, because a lot of them have been like modern cities, whereas this is very clearly going for something a little bit more historic, which I very much appreciate.
Alright, go by me as always. They did add a few new characters to the game in the shape of Kamek, Wiggler, and who's the other one, Flame?
The other one is Petey Piranha. I will say personally my favourite of the new characters is Wiggler, because his animation when he gets hit is him going red and getting angry like in the other games. And nice. It is so fucking hilarious seeing him do that while in a car.
Whoa, this is naughty.
Yep, you got little bits of the Colosseums and the stages and everything that you'd associate with this sort of place.
Damn you, Wiggler. Oh, and he was released on a Wednesday as well. How crazy is that? They knew what they were doing.
They must have, yeah.
Alright, go over here. Get nothing, get fuck all, dodge the banana, doing okay. Oh my god, just go across the grass, Tom.
Yeah, I was going to say you nearly got banana, so maybe don't complain too much.
No, you know me, I can complain with the best of them, mate. Yeah, there we go. So are columns and what are going to be falling as we go through this?
Not in motion to what I remember. There's none that are going to land on top of you. It's not like Sand Oasis that you've got to worry about it.
Oh, Jesus. I'm seeing some shortcuts there. It's tantalising me.
I've played through this track a few times now, and there was only one time when I had a shell ready to go to take that middle shortcut. But it, unfortunately, isn't the most exciting shortcut. It's basically the same path again, except with a boost dash rather than a regular jump, trick jump.
Well, so far I'm impressed by the course design. Not so impressed by lightning bolts, just as I'm about to go up the stairs. But hey, I have a blue shell deterrent, so that's good.
Well, it's Athens. Zeus has got to make an appearance somewhere, hasn't he?
And he threw his lightning bolt.
Fuck this one particular racer, just him.
Oh god, why'd it have to be Birdo? What are you trying to say here, Zeus?
Zeus has looked too far into Birdo's lore and got a little bit uncomfortable.
Didn't realise he was like that, but hey, old gods, old traditions and values, I guess. That was pretty fun. It felt a little bit short, but again, I didn't take any of the shortcuts or anything, so have I really explored the full track? I'm not so sure.
It's one of the things where, when they're doing the things where, the laps are all different, rather than just being, a circuit, sometimes they do feel on the shorter side, and you kind of get that, because even on, Section 3 or Lap 3, you're still, seeing new things. Yes, here's one of my favourites from Double Dash.
Fond memories of 2 in a cart versus 2 in a cart going through Daisy Cruiser. One of the additions I can see right off the bat is that you can actually go swimming in the swimming pool. I believe that was a hazard last time.
I can't remember about the Double Dash in particular, but this is obviously pulled up from the tour version, but there's a fair bit of inspiration from the 3DS one as well.
Huh.
So, you've got the water mechanics, you've also got the new shortcut that was added in the 3DS one coming up around this corner.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, in the 3DS version you can go underwater here as well.
Oh yeah, fuck me.
Oh, they're all coming for you.
It's alright. I've been behind before, I can catch up.
You're still only on lap 1, you got time.
Now, Double Dash is my game, you know me, I'm a Double Dash aficionado. What is a track that hasn't made it in yet that you wish had made it in? For me, and I'm probably going to be speaking for a lot of people here, it's got to be Wario's Coliseum. I just don't know why they haven't added it yet.
That the 64 one?
No, that is... You're thinking of Wario's Stadium. Wario's Coliseum is the one where it's just 2 tracks because the thing's so friggin' big.
Oh, right, I think I get it, yeah. For me, personally, I've joked about it, but I do seriously think that Double Dash Rainbow Road would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Not just because of the music, but also a big part of that's because of the music. I think also, talking from Double Dash, I don't know, because like there's a few of them that sort of slip between the cracks, aren't they? Like I like the dinosaur one, that was cool.
I would have to say, if it's not going to be Wario Coliseum, good old Mushroom Bridge. That was always my favourite in Double Dash.
See, that one was one of the cooler road tracks because like, it had the extra stuff that you could do if you were especially late, like going over the top of the bridge and shit. Still, I've never really been the biggest fan of the ones that have cars on the road anyway. And we will be seeing more of tracks with cars on the road coming up soon, don't you worry.
That one is actually a Wii track I wasn't a super big fan of back in the day, but saw online all the time. So maybe it's time to meet with my demons, face them, and hopefully come in first place by popping a green shell up their tailpipe.
See, this is one of the Wii tracks that sits between the cracks for me, in that, like, if you ask me to name Wii courses, I'm gonna go with, like, your Coconut Mall, like, them sort of big ones, whereas this, I do enjoy playing it. In a lot of ways, I see this as, like, the better Toad's Turnpike.
Yeah, I can see that comparison. I will say, I saw a little bit of discourse involving this track before it got released. Everyone thought it was going to be too similar in regards to the New York track because of the assets that have been used. Don't worry, from what little I have seen of the updated Moonview Highway here, you got nothing to worry about. They are very different both aesthetically and in terms of level design.
I think even just being set at night adds a whole extra dynamic to it, because it is the Moonview Highway. It's got that very distinct look to it that I really like.
Well, the New York one was also set at night, if you recall, Flynn.
Well, my brain is fucking dead, Tom.
Fair enough. Ah, Bob!
Yeah, they've added the new design for the bomb carts here,
Aww.
which I think that was added for the first time in Tour, but I may be misremembering there.
Well, don't ask me. I've played all of 10 minutes of Tour, mostly on the mostly on the fuck track. Not my favourite. Probably rate it a C. You know.
I haven't played the game. Just last night, I did think, like, you know, 5 videos into this series, I should probably actually look up what Tour gameplay's like. And it's made me appreciate that, like, although, yeah, these tracks, they're not quite the visual beasts that the on-kart tracks were, they've still done a fair bit of updates to the visuals compared to how they were in Tour. Like, I was under the assumption from the way people were complaining that they were just blow for blow, but they've still improved the textures a lot, and so I can appreciate they're doing a fair bit of work there still.
Yeah, it's not nothing, but it's just not up to the graphical standards of regular Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks, or just Mario Kart 8 tracks, I should say.
Like, there are a few little technical nitpicks I have. Like, this particular track, I have noticed that the tarmac texture, there's a bit of shimmering on it during the, like, fly-in at the start, and it's just one of them things that they probably could have done a better job of masking that if they had, like, a longer development cycle to kind of patch out those things.
Yeah, for sure.
All things considered, it's a multiplayer game, and they're giving us new multiplayer content. I get it.
Not for free, though. It's like, what, 50p or 50 cents a track?
Oh, well, I want my money back. Fuck you.
You just send me the 50p in a big old postage. You know, let's fuck up the environment while we're going. To reverse that, why don't we get all squeaky clean with the new track, the Squeaky Clean Sprint?
I like the track design, there's some quite complicated turns and jumps and shit that might take some getting used to, and I just like that because it kind of adds a new experience to the game. Thematically, it doesn't sit as well with me as some of the other ones. Like, obviously, it's never going to be Yoshi's Island here, but even things like, say, the Ice Cream Sundae course, things like that, I feel sit better in the Mario world than this one.
A bit more Mario-esque in terms of, like, themes and whatnot.
Basically, yeah, because, like, this isn't bad, but it's also, it doesn't really have the Mario identity to it that a lot of the other tracks have. Because, like, this is the sort of track that you, aside from a few little Easter eggs that they've thrown in, as they usually do, you could probably just paste this into any mascot racer and it'd feel just as in place.
Maybe if you shrunk Garfield down, it would make sense in Garfield Kart, but I see what you mean. It's a fun track so far, definitely trickier than the ones in the rest of this particular cup, which is nice because I honestly blitzed those. I wasn't expecting to, but hey, karma will get me when it comes to the Cherry Cup, so I wouldn't worry too much.
I wouldn't get too cocky with this, because I did when I was sitting down to do my recording of this particular cup. I got first place in the first three, no problem, got good runs down. I got right till that very last turn here, and he just edged ahead of me and ruined the entire fucking take.
Oh, that son of a bitch! Now, actually, when they first announced this, I thought this was a reference to that RC Mario Kart. You know, the one where you make a track in your house and then you can guide the kart toy around it. Not so, apparently.
No, I think if they were going to do that, they would probably have one set in a living room rather than a bathroom.
Yeah.
It would just make a lot more sense for that. I'm surprised we don't have a track that's explicitly that, though, because that would be like one of the little nods to the Mario series that they haven't done yet.
Oh, here we go. Here's that car where I was talking about.
Yeah, well, you got the rest of the lap to fix it.
I'll do my best. They're a bit too close for my liking, though.
Landing on that little sponge route on the side does take some getting used to, because it's like, you think to bear left, but it's got that sort of curve at the start. So you sort of have to be exactly lined up, you can't just wing it.
Get your drift on, son.
That fan is not helping.
Music's nice, though.
It is. The toilet shooting up water, not so much.
Oh, come on. You can't tell me you've never raced through a toilet spouting water before. Nope.
There you go, you just made it.
Oh yeah, you weren't kidding about them almost pipping me to the post.
Yeah, it's just that one last turn is a little bit sharper than you might think.
Alright. Sorry, Wendy. Not today. You always have one rival that seems to tell you throughout the entirety of a GP. And for me, it was Wendy O. Cooper. What does the O stand for? Probably just O.
Yeah, she's Irish.
A quick montage of me being epic. There I go. Good.
Yep, you being epic. one of the best moments.
Shut the fuck up, Jesus.
These should cycle on for ages, so you can skip these, you know.
Okay, fair. Ah, you bastard! You denied me all the things ticking down and saying first.
Oh, there you go. You got your 3 stars there. What more do you want? And you got a new thing.
Good. Good stuff. Now, I am not expecting my luck to carry over into this next cup, so I will take what I can get so long as I come in first overall.
This has one in particular which can be quite difficult. The others could go either way.
Alright, what did I get here? Azure Roller. Interesting.
They look a bit too diddy for that cart.
Maybe so. Where's the other ones? There we go. Alrighty, Feather Cup, done. Now it's time for the Cherry Cup. Los Angeles Laps is what we're going to be starting with. This one I've actually been quite looking forward to.
I was not quite so excited to be going to LA, but to each his own. Well, it's that and then Canada, so, you know.
Hey, that's my ancestral homeland for at least, what, 10% of my DNA?
Christ.
Look, every little counts, alright? I did not expect the oil fields. Jesus Christ.
Well, remember, this is the same game that had Whomps falling out of the balloon wall. What more do you expect?
Oh my god, I forgot all about that. Absolute madmen, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, that's a slightly less iconic Ferris wheel in the background. Sorry guys, we claimed the good one.
See, look, you get a nice beach thing here, you got a city locale, so it's kind of like combining Toad Harbour with, I don't know, Koopa Troopa Beach.
With any of the like 300 beach levels we've had at this point.
So I didn't exactly know where to go there.
They've got some shortcuts that are very clearly the mushroom intended ones, but given this is one where, again, it changes the laps each time, only got one real shot to take that shortcut here.
Who wants to go to the Mario Expo? I do.
That sounds like it could be cool, actually.
Oh, hell yeah. Shout outs to Mario Sluggers, or whatever it was called.
I don't know, what was the reception to the newer one of them? I sort of saw hype for that, and then it died, or was I thinking of a different sports game? Because they all sort of blur together to me.
You might be thinking of Strikers, mate. That did kind of come and go, mostly because they released it without a lot of content, and then kind of panned it out, which is basically how Nintendo handles the Mario Sports series these days, to my chagrin.
It's how they've handled a few things, isn't it? Because like they did a similar strategy with Splatoon, but it worked there.
Yeah.
So I guess they were just sort of trying their luck again or something. But like even then, like Splatoon on the Wii U version, at least you can sort of understand it was a new IP and they were sort of testing the waters. Whereas like Mario, it's kind of a big thing.
But yeah, Sluggers, I think, was last seen, if that's even the fucking name of the sub-series, was last seen on the Wii.
Oh, right. Yeah, because they did do a fair bit of experimentation with school stuff on the Wii, which made sense given the hardware.
Yeah. Alright, this one was interesting, a little bit confusing in its level design, but I came in first, so really what is there to complain about? Who is Princess Orange? Like Daisy's cousin or something.
It's like the guy forgot Daisy's name when he was making the sign.
Princess Orange, there we go, get it out the door. This game needs to ship.
It's like the logic on it, or the other one's called Peach, so there might be a pattern here.
Yes, indeed. Alright, a super circuit track, boo, hiss, etc. Okay, I'm over it now. Apparently, in the original version, the sun actually went down in the Sunset Wilds. I've heard that's changed here, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it does here, but I really like the sunset look that they've got going on in this course. I would say out of all the 2D ones they've adapted, aside from maybe the Boo Lake course, which was really cool, this is definitely up there for one of the better ones. Though this is the one that I was saying might be a bit deceptively tricky, because there's going to be some more obstacles showing up on the road. These guys who like to wander around, and because they're sort of bopping around, it can be hard to tell from a distance which direction they're going. So good luck!
You just gotta keep an eye on him, man. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, keep an eye on him when you're speeding around the corner.
Yes, that's what Mario Kart is about. We're at 150cc, no babies allowed. Oh god, there's babies on the track!
Yes, there are literal babies. There's a lot of them. They've got to fill the character roster somehow.
I swear to god, if you put like Baby Wario or Baby Waluigi in the next pack, instead of, I don't know, some fucking RPG characters like Gino, I'm not gonna be happy.
Yeah, like now we know that the Super Mario RPG stuff isn't completely off limits. It'd be nice if they do strike a deal with Square Enix and actually make it work.
I mean, if anything, that just opened the door to a lot of possibilities. I wouldn't be surprised if Gino is the first character revealed in the next inevitable Smash Bros.
That would be cool, yeah. I know a lot of people have been wanting Gino for a very long time now.
I guess Toadette is my rival in this one.
If she's just waving that red shell in front of you like, don't get any ideas, buddy.
I'm gonna need you to slip on a Shy Guy if that's not too much trouble.
She's thinking about it. Oh.
Bastards.
There you go. They had to fuck you up somehow after you thought you were getting ahead. Well, you are building a fair bit of distance now. It looks like it's... Oh no, there she is.
You bitch! Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
There you go. You spun through the exit. Oh.
Wow, we're level pegging. Neat.
Alright, so you gotta make sure you do better than her next time.
I'll do my best, Flame, but you know what it's like when the pressure's on. Entom always crumbles. That is actually what was going to be HFC's motto, but, you know, in the end, I went with, it'll happen eventually.
I mean, one could be a lead into the other.
I guess it could, yes. Koopa Cave. Many fond memories of playing this online in the Wii version. Wii was so fun, and I was so sad when the online structure for the Wii finally closed down.
It is nice that a lot of the big tracks from Wii are coming back now, and this was always one of my favourites. I really do like this, especially the second half of the track, which you'll see shortly, where the water sweeps you along. Because then I get to feel lazy.
Oh, nice. I mean, you can still control yourself though.
You can, but like it just gives you that little subtle boost along, which is nice.
That was always a pretty tight corner.
Yeah, see, I never go for that item there. I always just swim along with the water.
Fair enough, mate. Oh, Jesus, I forgot how fast this was. Oh, they made it anti-gravity. I guess that makes sense.
Again, when I was watching the footage of the tour version, they've changed up this underwater bit quite a bit as well, like by adding those little anti-grav boosters along the way.
Yeah, get fucked, Morton. Who is your daddy anyway?
Well, it actually is quite complicated. Do you want me to pull up the family tree?
I'd rather you didn't, because I know you would have one drawn up and you would be on it somewhere.
Look, I don't think I can father children with Bowser, but I can try.
I think my Wii HDMI cable may be showing its age, good Sir Flame. I had a little bit of a scuff in one of the Xenoblade recordings as well.
Yeah, well, we work with what we got.
Indeed so. I said Wii, I meant Switch. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe it's because I'm playing the fucking Wii course here.
Yeah, you see Koopa Cape and you immediately think of Wii.
Indeed. Like all this running water. Jesus Christ.
I do think if there's one thing that is a bit of a shame, and I talked about this a little bit when we went through Coconut Mall a few courses ago, but like the Wii ones in particular, I feel the oversaturation in these versions hurts it the most. Because it's just like taking a little bit of subtlety away from the design, and I get why they did that for Tour, because people are going to be playing Tour on their phones and there's a smaller screen, and saturation helps with like making each thing stick out.
Yes.
But when you have this higher resolution to work with, you don't need to worry about that so much. And like, I guess to a degree they might be compensating for people playing in docked with that, but still, like when you play it on your HD TV, it kind of feels a little bit overwhelming.
Me want pixel perfect graphics.
Well, most of the game is pixel perfect graphics, it's not unreasonable.
50p a track, alright? Yeah, go fuck yourself, Toadette. Next one, the final race. Wow, this has been really short. I didn't think it was going to be this short. Oh, Canada. Of course, there's fucking ice hockey.
There kind of has to be, isn't it? That's like the one thing we know about Canada outside of Canada.
Well, it's that or maple syrup. I'll have to check with Tanner if there's others once he's back from holiday.
Like, he's in Canada right now, isn't he? So, like, maybe he's a bit more patriotic than usual.
Yeah, he gets a buff when he lands on the home soil.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I'm not sure exactly whereabouts in Canada he is, and I know that the different parts of Canada can be a bit of a sensitive subject to Canadians, and I don't want to say anything more because I really don't want to get a strongly worded letter from one of my friends.
You're not going to start an international incident, mate. Don't worry about it.
I don't know, I just remember that one stream where we sort of towed the line a little bit close and we nearly had a race war between him and Month that time.
Oh my god.
We gotta be careful with this stuff.
Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of reused assets here from like New York Minute, and you know, you got the Christmas trees from Merry Mountain and so on. But it's a pretty neat track. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, the main set piece for this is like the ice stuff, isn't it? So the outside parts, you kind of expect, like, it's a city area. It's gonna look similar to the other city areas.
Everyone's fighting pretty hard here to get that first place, but I will not allow it. Don't forget, I also get a buff when I hit Canadian soil. It's smaller than a full-blooded Canuck, but it's still there.
No, we've got to drive sensibly, otherwise the Canadian police might show up and very kindly ask if we'd slow down a bit.
No! Wrong way.
Yeah, gotta follow the arrows, because that's gonna change from lap to lap.
Oh boy.
Oh, and there's your Justin Trudeau experience.
Good. Glad we slipped that in there. Fuck off, Link. You're not even from this franchise.
I mean, he's a bigger part of this game. He's been here for like over half its lifespan now.
I guess so.
Alright, through the middle this time.
Yeah, this is why I was thinking of. Booyah.
Yeah, I actually successfully dodged the Shy Guys, which I don't think I did on my first run.
Yeah, there we go. That was fun.
Don't talk until you cross the line. There you go.
Well, I have crossed the line. I did it successfully. That was wave 5 of the Booster Course Pass. We did that in under half an hour. That felt shorter than other waves.
Yeah, it definitely felt like there were more of the shorter tracks, and I do remember reading some comments from people who had data mined the earlier waves, and they found that some of the tracks were originally planned to be in other waves. So maybe last minute moving stuff around ended up with all the shorter tracks just coincidentally ending up in this one particular wave.
Maybe so, yeah. I'm watching my victory this time. Go to hell.
Alright, if we must.
Oh boy, it's hot down here. Get it? Because we went to hell, you son of a bitch, Toadette.
You could have skipped that.
Well, I won, so I'll take that L. Hey, 2 stars. Not bad. So there we go. That was wave 5. I'm still kind of in awe of how quickly we got through that. Before we close up shop here and head on over to Tier Maker to rank all these suckers, why don't we go ahead and have a look at what piece I got here.
Can't believe you still haven't played as Birdo.
Shut up. Cat Cruiser, alright? Your questions, your queries are irrelevant.
This is how you pull women, isn't it? You drive around in this.
The fucking pussy mobile. Alright, folks. Just gonna take a little break and we'll be back in a second, really. Well, we're not really going anywhere, but fuck it. Cut to Tier Maker. We're going to start with the Feather Cup. Athens Dash. This one, I think, had a pretty good... It gave a pretty good first impression of the whole thing. I didn't get a chance to try all the different, you know, shortcuts and whatnot, but it felt good to drive around. So that instantly puts it in the B tier for me. But the whole visual design is pretty nice as well, so I'm teetering between an A and a B here. What say you, Flame of the Claw?
I would go in A. I would put it as quite a high A, actually. I think the fact that it's got such a distinct look from the other real-life inspired tracks, and the fact that I just really like the ancient Athens setting, that's giving it points in itself. And then you go to the track itself and there's some fun jumps and shit. Yeah, I really like that track.
Okay, well, let's now narrow this down then. Does it beat Paris Promenade?
Yes.
Does it beat Peach Gardens?
I would say so, yes.
I would say yes. Does it beat Waluigi Pinball?
I'm still saying yes.
I'm iffy on that, but I'll allow it. Does it beat Waluigi Stadium?
I would say marginally above, maybe between that and Shroom Ridge.
You know what? That sounds like a pretty good place to put it. Don't know why it put itself there. That's just how this works sometimes. Alright. Athens Dash with a very comfortable middle-of-the-pack A rank there. Next up, we have a returning track in the form of Daisy Cruiser. Now, this one has seen a little bit of renovation work. It's got some of the 3DS version in there and a little bit of tour as well in terms of like aesthetics and so on. But it's just a fairly solid track. To me, at least, nothing super remarkable. This feels like a B track to me.
I would say maybe between Berlin Byways and Merry Mountain, because it is a very good track, and I like that it carries over the 3DS stuff. I think it literally is just the oversaturation thing I was talking about that maybe strips away a little bit the identity it had from like the original version.
Yeah, well, let's do the thing again. Better than Choco Mountain?
Yes.
Better than Calamari Desert?
Yep.
Better than Snowland?
Yeah.
Better than 3DS Rainbow Road?
Also, yes.
Better than DS Mario Circuit?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say better than Merry Mountain.
Ooh, okay. I am gonna say no, actually. I feel it should go just here between London Loop and Riverside Park.
Bloody Christmas apologists.
Fuck off. Let the spirit of Santa into your heart, you heathen.
No, especially not in fucking July.
Fair enough, mate, fair enough. Alright, Moonview Highway. It's reusing assets from New York Minute and other places, but it still had the soul of the original. Maybe if it was a little bit less saturated, but, you know, that's Flame's deal to talk about. I'm more about how it feels to race, and to me, it brought back a lot of memories from the days of playing Mario Kart Wii Online, especially when I'd go arse over tit into a fucking bomb car. Why do they even allow them on the road? Where do these bombs get their licenses? That's what I want to know.
They're better drivers than a lot of people actually on the road.
Christ, yeah.
I would say I'd put it maybe between Mario Circuit and Boo Lake in the B tier.
We got a B tier guy here. Honestly, this feels like a very low A for me, because
that's fair.
I have to take into account how it feels to play with other people online. Yes, I'm using my mind to imagine such a thing. Oh my god, I wish I had friends. That would be amazing. So, I think it's better than Paris Promenade. I think it's better than Peach Gardens. I don't think it beats Waluigi Pinball, so I'm going to put it just here.
Yeah, I'll let you have that one. It is still a good course.
And now we move on to the final cup of the final track of the Feather Cup, Squeaky Clean Sprint. This is a tricky one, because I'm not entirely sure how to feel about this. Flame mentioned it isn't very Mario, even though there's like plenty of Mario surface stuff around. But I think we're all expecting something a little bit different, like something from the Mario side of the franchise, it being the entire franchise, you know?
Yeah, for me, where I'm sitting here, and I'll let you sort of decide which side it falls, but I see it as between Rock Mountain and Choco Mountain. So whether that ends up being a high C or a low B, I'm not entirely sure, but that's my sort of area I'll put it in.
Well, I enjoyed racing it, so that immediately puts it into B rank. It's better than Choco Man, it's better than Calamari Desert, it's better than Snowland, better than Rainbow Road, it's a little bit better than Mario Circuit, a little bit better than Boo Lake. I don't think it's better than Tokyo Blur, so I would put it just there.
Yeah, right. Again, it is the fact that it maybe doesn't fit in as well as the other tracks, that's why I don't see it quite as high. But like, if you're talking strictly the track design, like, I can still see that.
Yeah, so there we go. That is the Feather Cup done and dusted. Now we move on to the Cherry Cup, starting with Los Angeles Laps. This is a very neat course with plenty of, you know, winding pathways and whatnot, just like the real Los Angeles. And I don't know, it's caught my eye. What would you say though, Flem?
It's got a lot going on from lap to lap, and your mileage may vary on whether that's a good thing or not, but I like it. I would probably put it just a bit above Paris.
Ooh, okay. So above Paris, does it beat Peach Gardens?
I wouldn't necessarily say so, because I think that version of Peach Gardens did a lot of really cool shit as well.
Okay, yeah, I'll agree with that. It's a little bit clunky at points, which kind of knocks it down a little bit, because for me, a good track is one that has lots of options, but it's also straight up fun to race, and fun doesn't always necessarily have to be challenging. It just has to be, what's the word? Ergonomic? I don't think that's the right one. But comfortable to race, basically. But yeah, I'm fine with putting Los Angeles laps there. So the next one is Sunset Wilds. Now, I'm still quite salty. The loss, the victory of Toadette, still weighs heavily upon me, but I'm going to let Flame be the decider on this one, because I don't think it would be fair otherwise.
Okay, well, Tom got fucked over, so I put it in S tier.
Okay, no, we're not doing that.
I think if I'm going to compare it to another track from the GBA game, which I think they both sort of have the same sort of appeal, I would put it just a tiny bit behind Boo Lake. Because I think Boo Lake is a more distinct look, but I feel like gameplay-wise they still have the same sort of appeal.
You know what? I agree with that assessment. Yeah, they're kind of similar. Like, well, it's fucking Super Circuit. There's only so much fixing you can do with level design and whatnot. But it was a nice race. I am still a little bit salty. But on the other hand, that whole recording session just went by like that. It kind of left me in a tizzy, really. But whatever. We have a couple more tracks to rank here. Oh yes, buddy. Koopa Cape. This one is an instant A for me, but where in A are we going to put it, Flame?
I would say between Coconut Mall and Singapore Speedway.
Oh, interesting. That high, eh?
I really like Koopa Cape. It's always been one of my favourites, and I'm really glad to see it back here.
Okay. For me, it's either before or after Sydney Sprint, so I will defer to you on this. What do you fancy?
I would put it on the higher end, yeah.
Okay, so between Singapore Speedway and Sydney Sprint, that, just looking at it, that looks great, actually.
That's a fair compromise, yeah.
Alright, and the last one, Vancouver Velocity. Oh man, my national pride is bubbling up here, what very little of it I have, but again, I will defer to the non-Canuck, so this is fair.
Okay, I would say that it's not one of my favourite of the real-life location ones, and after seeing so many city levels, the outside parts of it do start to blend together. The inside parts with like the ice rink and that add a bit more identity to it, so I'd say I'd probably put it... Would you say before or after Berlin?
That's a bit high for me, honestly. I would have said just before Rainbow Road 3DS.
You think? Like, I did still like that, but maybe that is recency bias. So, you know what? Yeah, you can put it there.
But again, Tokyo Blur is there, and while that's a pretty, solid track, it is still pretty basic, whereas Vancouver has the ice rink, it's got the bridges and whatnot, and it's just aesthetically a pretty nice track to race about with its whole icy theme.
Between where our gut instincts were, I think that's kind of like the middle point, and so maybe just a bit above Tokyo Blur?
Yeah, between Riverside Park and Tokyo Blur. There we go.
Yeah.
That is the Feather Cup and the Cherry Cup, ranked, rated, and reviewed. Now, what about the wave itself, Flame? I'm gonna be honest, I feel like my initial assessment of this wave not having too many bangers seemed to pan out in the end, because as you'll see, none of these tracks made it into C, none of them so far thankfully have been a D rank, but none of them have hit the S tier either. Some of them have come close, like Koopa Cape, but the rest of them fell by the wayside in the A and B tiers.
So for me, I think every course in this wave was at least good, and it's very consistent in that respect. I feel like the fact that they had so many short tracks packaged together, like I was speculating that things have been moved around, it really does look like that's the case, and if you wanted maybe one or two more substantial courses, like longer courses in the wave, I would understand. So, you know, we're not going to do our own full wave tier list, but like, you know, that could score against it if you did. But like, I still think it was a strong wave, even if it's not like the best we've had.
I would say it's rock solid. Yeah, definitely not my favourite. Definitely not the worst either. And you know, you said a wave tier list. Who knows? Maybe we'll do that once Wave 6 releases later this year. But it will have competition for our eyes, for it will be releasing alongside the third and final wave of Sonic Frontiers DLC, the delicious story stuff, and for me, the Rayman DLC in Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope. So it's going to be good times all around. But we're done now, so we will see you guys next time when HFC covers Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC. See you then.